terrific non-TV toys, a couple fine examples of villainy. 2001 and 2002 are the dates for these two miscreants. They were part of Hasbro's line at the time, celebrating several DC Comics characters, not just villains, but a lot of heroes too. There were some Batman, some Supermans, a lot of JLA figures, and in future episodes of Terrific Non-TV Toys, you'll see some others from this collection because I got a bunch of them. I got a couple different Batmans, a couple different Supermans, I've got Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter / John Jones. I got Batman Beyond, possibly others, but they made a bunch of them, and I grabbed them up when they were on store shelves because to me, these were exciting because they were very Mego-esque. I remember thinking that at the time. This is late 90s, early 2000s, as I said, and back then we didn't have any new Mego figures like we do now. We had to try to grab up vintage ones from the 70s and 80s if we really wanted, or something like this came out and it was a cloth figure that was about the same size. Now, Megos have been understood to be 8 inches high. These are more like 9, maybe even more, but it was exciting to see these on store shelves. We're going to look at the Penguin one first. We'll get Joker out of the way for the moment because I showed the Penguin on an episode of Terrific TV Toys maybe a couple years ago because it was an episode about this guy, this figure from Figures Toy Company line celebrating the late 1960s Adam West TV show. And you can see the imagery on here. And I compared these two figures. So let's go ahead and do that again, but sort of in reverse this time. Oops, he lost his little shoe. As we look at the Hasbro Penguin in greater detail this time. So you can see the difference in size between the two. It's rather dramatic for the Penguin because the Penguin's just a big guy. Gosh, it's almost like these guys are 10 inches high. Well, with his hat. His hat is permanently affixed, unlike the Mego Penguin hat for Burgess Meredith. And his little spectacle. I love his spectacle. That is removable. Outfits are similar. This one is so silky. I hate to just redo that Terrific TV Toys episode, but this is a nice figure. I love the detail. I love the detail of the shoes and everything. This Penguin figure from 2002 by Hasbro. Let's take a look at his outfit. He's got a white plastic body, and he has his suspenders here, but no shirt, interestingly enough. The plastic is molded to look like a button-up white shirt, and then molded plastic here to look like a black bow tie. And then this suspender is like a ribbon suspender that's attached, sewn onto the trousers. Looks like a little bit of stitching is starting to come off there. But his trousers are like a canvasy material. He has a snap in the back. I love that. Oh my gosh. Well, we won't go any further than that. And then his coat, his suit coat, is the same kind of black canvasy material. Collar doesn't really want to, or lapel I should say, doesn't really want to stay right. I suppose if you really were into making that right, you could try to iron it down or starch it or something to make it a little more presentable, like a proper lapel for a gentleman. Whereas the Burgess Meredith Penguin has these nice tails. This is just a suit. And you know, this Joker, this line by Hasbro, was designed to come out of the comics. He may be influenced by the Batman movies along the way. You never know, there could be a little Danny DeVito in here. Or there could be some Burgess Meredith too, but basically, I understood this set by Hasbro to be from the comic book versions of the characters. So who knows in the comic books, if I haven't really researched it, if he always had tails or maybe had a suit coat like that. He does have a split in the back, sewn up, you know, a purpose split back there. And then the all-white plastic body continues down here. You can see his legs. Really chunky guy. I mean, he is just so portly. And he's got the articulation here also ankle articulation and a shoe that is not removable. It's just his foot that looks like a shoe. And then on the bottom, I don't think these came with stands. I don't remember them having stands. I'm going to show you the package that it came in a second. But it looks like a hole for a peg on a stand. And then on the bottom, it's got copyright DC Comics on that shoe and copyright Hasbro China on the bottom of the other shoe. So, and then you can see his white plastic arm. Oh, look at that. You know, maybe I never even noticed that. It's like the cuff of a glove there, meant to look like white gloves. And then you've got an articulation here for him, because he has got to be able to hold one of his accessories here. This is an umbrella, and you can put that right in his hand. Very nice. I wonder if he'll stand up for me. Yes! Oh, he's so nice for doing that. Thank you for cooperating, Hasbro Penguin. Pinky. Okay, look at that. Oh, that's so cute. His head, though, really, I can't like tilt his head up to look at the camera because it does not move. Here's a little detail. He's got his spectacle. It is on the same eye as the Burgess Meredith penguin, I'll note. And really sinister looking face. And look at that nose. Oh boy. He's got the Pinocchio nose going on there. And just a little detail on the back. Okay, back to the accessories, because the accessories are fun. Penguins. 2 penguins come with him. Very simple, hard plastic penguins. Just adorable. But this umbrella, true to the character, this is a weapon. Did you know that? Let's set him in his penguin troops back here, and let's give a little demo. And you might recall these beautiful glasses from the movie franchise of the 1990s. One is filled with water. This is meant to be a squirting umbrella. So what we're going to do is we're going to dip it in the water, pushing down on it, and then releasing, kind of like a syringe. All right. Take that, Batman! Can you see it? Take that, Batman! It's gotta be acid or something like that. Oh, he's such a dastardly boy. Okay, so a very fun accessory for Pengy. All right, Pengy, we'll give you your weapon back. You may never know when you're gonna encounter Batman. Okay, we'll set him over there. Thank you, Burgess Meredith Penguin, once again, Figures Toy Company Penguin, for guest starring on this episode. Let's move on to the Joker. And before I do this real quick, I want to show you the packages for these guys. Here is Penguin in the package from 2002, it's dated. Now, I found a notation online, actually in several places, that this was a Target exclusive. I don't specifically remember that. It could have been, but that's what it says. I know I bought it at the time. I did not walk to my local store, whichever store it was, evidently Target, to buy it. Here's the Joker in his package. He's got some accessories. The packaging varies a little bit between these two. You see how it says Gotham City Villains there? They did not repeat that on the Joker package. It said Joker Clown Prince of Crime. So we're going to take a look at him and his accessories. But first, one quick look at a couple other figures that you will see perhaps later this year. There's one of the Batmans and one of the Supermans by Hasbro. These are from late 1990s, Silver Age collection. They're basically using the same mold, I think, as you'll see the skinnier mold that you see on the Joker. And by the same company, just different characters and a different line, Heroes line of DC. All right, on to Mr. Joker. And he has got some great accessories. Let's look first at him close up. Out of the comic books, how scary is that pointy-chinned green-haired head with the red lips. Oh my gosh, you do not want to encounter that in a dark alley. And his outfit, to me, this is magenta. And I think, you know, sorry, I'm being a girl here again and looking at fashion, but I think with the Joker's outfit, his beautiful suit, vintage looking suit, it can sometimes look magenta, it can sometimes look purple. And I believe the Terrific TV Toys episode where we looked at this guy, also from the Figures Toy Company set, celebrating the 1960s Adam West TV series, I noted how in real life the suit is so purple. But what he wore on the show, Cesar Romero as the Joker, was more magenta, more pink. And that to me is how this guy is looking. Can you see the difference? The purple versus magenta, even through the camera. It's better in real life. Anyways, this is more like the color that Cesar Romero wore on the Adam West TV show. But again, this is meant to be from the comics. And the outfit is pretty detailed. You've got your pinstripes on the trousers. In the back, I don't know, maybe he had one too many Joker donuts this morning for breakfast. But when I was looking at this before I shot the episode, I couldn't quite get both buttons, both snaps to close. We'll leave those open for a second, but there's 2 snaps in the back of the trousers, which to me, you know, is an interesting extra effort, because these snaps do come off these figures like this, especially, you know, look at your Migos from the 70s and 80s. Oh my gosh, does anybody have Migos with the snaps still intact originally, as they originally were? You didn't have to sew them back on over the years. So it's almost like an acknowledgement, like, hey, we know these snaps come off, the thread comes loose or whatever, but double snapped there. And he's got the tails going on. Nice tails on the back. A cuff of green. Purple hand for a purple glove. But like the Penguin, he has a white body. White plastic. He also has, if you look at his glove, his hand, the like the edge of his glove almost rolled over. A nice effect. And he's got the finger articulation on his hand too. These wrists turn like that. We've got elbow articulation. I didn't really show that as much on the Penguin, but he's got elbow, you know, the same kind of articulation there. And back to the suit. Again, a lapel. Looks really nice. This one behaves a little bit better than the Penguin one, but maybe some ironing or starching would help that. A separate piece of a jacket. You take that off and you've got his white plastic arms with a swivel there for articulation, with the normal articulation at the shoulder. And then this is like the approximation, and it's interesting also, I think, they make this sleeveless because that means that the jacket goes on all that much better if you ever need to take it off. I can't imagine you changing outfits for the Joker, but you never know. He may want to wear a disguise to fool Batman. But they give him a sleeveless shirt under the jacket so that you don't have to fight with cuffs down here to get the jacket back on. And then you've got a green shirt with a collar that is not all that behaved because it's just plain cotton fabric. You've got a little black ribbony bow tie here. You've got the look of a yellow vest with one snap, and then you see here you've got 3 snaps on the shirt itself that is tucked into his purple pinstripe trousers. And he does not have any sort of markings or anything. Like I looked on the back of his neck, the back of him, and he really does not have any date or anything. I was trying to confirm the dates for these, but the packaging, that box that I showed you, those are eBay listings, by the way. Those are both for sale on eBay as of shoot time. His date on the box is 2001, so he was released before the Penguin was. Maybe a Target exclusive. Wasn't sure about that one either. So a nice outfit and articulation. Darker purple gloves. Easier to see in real life than through the camera. And then also, like the Penguin, a foot looking like a shoe. Nothing removable, nothing really to lose. And thankfully, nothing has been lost with this figure. I went digging around downstairs in my boxes again, and I was able to recover every accessory for this one. But both Joker and Penguin have been displayed in my house, at least the past several years since I've been living in this current house. So I've had them out, and I've had this accessory out. I think this one was the one I had to fish out of the box, and then something else you'll see right now. I like how he stands. Let's put him over there. All right, so he's got this surprise box he comes with. And what happens, he's also got this staff or cane, walking stick. It's got a nice little Joker head on it. Pretty nicely detailed. A little bit of a bend in it these days. It's kind of flexible plastic. And you have this box, and you take the walking stick, and there's a little part that you press on. Oh, and look at that. There's another little Joker inside here. Oh, look at how adorable a little baby Joker. He wouldn't hurt anybody, right? Not at all. So he just fits in here. I don't know if he's meant to, like, jump up. Oh, you know what? It's been a long time. I did it wrong. I should have done a little bit more practicing. Okay, now let's see what happens. Well, he did kind of pop up, but he nestles in there. You can see there's a little slot for a tab there. He nestles in. Yeah. And that button pops him up a little bit. So there's the surprise for Joker. And then he also has this neat accessory, which you see associated with the Joker quite a bit in the comics, TV, maybe movies too. Anytime you see the Joker, he's got one of these guns that shoots out a bang. And I think he'll be able to hang on to both of those, right? For the most part. Bang. All right, he's going to get that Batman as well. Now he and Penguin can gang up on poor Batman, one with the killer umbrella and one with his gun that goes bang. All right, just a quick comparison with the Figures Toy Company Joker for Cesar Romero. Another quick look at that, but you go back and look at the episode from Terrific TV Toys when I did just about the whole line by Figures Toy Company from this series. Well, he's got a black bow tie as well. That one is definitely not behaving. It's kind of like a straight tie, but it's meant to be, well, actually the way it's tied, kind of meant to sit down like that. Green shirt underneath. His vest, though, with Velcro, is purple underneath. Got the black pinstriping on the slacks. And then I love socks and shoes, removable. Darker purple, easier to see in real life than through the camera. Slightly darker purple gloves. And the green hair, the maniacal Cesar Romero look, complete with a little hint of a mustache there, if you know that story, that Cesar Romero refused to shave off his mustache. But look at the difference in size. Wow. These Hasbro figures were kind of mammoth. I always thought of them as 9, but now I want to say 10, right? I mean, if you look at these, yeah. Another thing I didn't call out, a little corsage, a little carnation or whatever that is plastic, that is affixed. Actually, it's sewn on. I see the stitching on the back. Yeah. Such cuties they are. All right. Well, thank you again for watching and traveling back in time to see some great collectible toys. And we'll take a look at the others that I have from Hasbro a little bit later. All right, so keep it tuned to BRBTV.